Hey friends and all who are watching, I'm Amy and I'm the pastor of Verbena United Methodist and Pleasant Hill United Methodist churches. And I've had a couple days just to relax and rest after this Holy Week, so I decided to try something new. I made for the very first time homemade biscuits, but I'm going to be honest, I was a little nervous if these biscuits actually were going to rise once they got out of the oven. Thank goodness that they did. And it got me thinking, you know, this past weekend over Good Friday and Holy Week, Holy Saturday, we were wondering too, is Jesus gonna rise? Is Jesus gonna rise without all the bells and whistles of Easter Sunday, without all the normal pomp and circumstance that we're used to? And of course he did. And I think this poem, this rhyme actually really answers that question very well. Jim Hand sent me this poem. It's called How the Virus Stole Easter by Christy Bother. And I think it answers that question perfectly. 'Twas late in 19 when the virus began, bringing chaos and fear to all people, each land. People were sick, hospitals full, doctors overwhelmed, no one in school. As winter gave way to the promise of spring, the virus raged on, touching peasant and king. People hid in their homes from the enemy unseen. They YouTubed, they Zoomed, social distanced, and cleaned. Not really in my house. April approached and churches were closed. There won't be an Easter, the world supposed. There won't be church services and egg hunts are out. No reason for new dresses when we can't go about. Holy Week started as bleak as the rest. Their world was focused on masks and on tests. Easter can't happen this year, it proclaimed. Online and at home, it just won't be the same. Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday, the days came and went. The virus pressed on, it just would not relent. The world woke Sunday and nothing had changed. The virus still menaced, the people estranged. Pooh-pooh to the saints, the world was grumbling. They're finding out now that no Easter is coming. They're just waking up. We know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two, and then all the saints will all cry boo-hoo. That noise, said the world, will be something to hear, so it paused and the world put a hand to its ear. And it did hear a sound coming through all the skies. It started down low, then it started to rise. But the sound wasn't depressed. Why, the sound was triumphant. It couldn't be so, but it grew with abundance. The world stared around, popping its eyes. Then it shook. What it saw was a shocking surprise. Every saint in every nation, the tall and the small, was celebrating Jesus in spite of it all. It hadn't stopped Easter from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the world, with its life quite struck in quarantine, stood puzzling and puzzling, just how can it be? It came without bonnets, it came without bunnies. It came without egg hunts, cantatas, or money. Then the world thought of something it hadn't before. Maybe Easter, it thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Easter perhaps means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, the story's not done. What will you do? Will you share with that one or two or more people needing hope in this night? Will you share the source of your life in this fight? The churches are empty, but so is the tomb. And Jesus is victor over death, doom, and gloom. So this year at Easter, let this be our prayer, as the virus still rages all around everywhere. May the world see hope when it looks at God's people. May the world see the church is not a building or steeple. May the world find faith in Jesus' death and resurrection. May the world find joy in a time of dejection. May 2020 be known as the year of survival. But not only that, let it start a revival. So yes, I think this poem answers the question quite well. Jesus did rise miraculously, just as my biscuits did. So I hope you enjoyed today's poem and today's devotional, and I wish you many blessings during this Holy Week. Bye.